Hey everybody, Chief Williams Unfiltered. I'm on vacation down in Florida visiting my brother in Daytona. So I'm letting a beard grow in. Don't worry, the salt and pepper ain't gonna last because I'm about to cut it off next week. But today I want to talk about cheating. Does everybody cheat? I'm starting to think everybody does cheat. Think about it. How many grandparents do you know of have kids outside the marriage and the grandparents are still together? Or you ever went to high school and you saw somebody that looked a lot like you, but you're not sure if you're related to them or not? Makes you think. But we're not as tolerant as we are. We're not as tolerant nowadays as they were back in the day. But I believe there are three different types of cheating: physical, emotional, and financial. You didn't really think about financial cheating, did you? Yeah, gambling or spending money, shopping without consent. That's cheating, right? If you're taking away from the relationship or the household, anything that takes away from the household or the relationship or whatever you have going on, whatever type of relationship you have, that is cheating. But what is cheating? There's no clear definition of cheating. Some people think cheating is masturbation or watching porn or going to the strip club. Some people are cool with that. What are your tolerances? What are you willing to put up with? What do you accept as norm? And what do you think is norm? And I think a lot of us base our definition of norm on our environment or how we grew up. But unfortunately, we let outside influences dictate what we allow. You let your friends that are single or in a horrible relationship give you advice, tell you what to do with your relationship. That doesn't make any sense. Why would you listen to somebody that they stuff is all messed up and they're giving you advice? But the problem with people is nobody is 100% honest. Everybody has a secret. You have something that you hide from your mate, whether it is abuse in the past or abuse currently or something they do. Nobody is 100%. Whether you have somebody's passwords to all their emails, you don't have their phone, you can't get on their phone at work. So if somebody wants to cheat, they'll find a way to do it. And it could be gambling or cheating or whatever, any type. There are different ways to cheat. I remember one time I had this girl I went out on a date with. I just met this chick. This was the second date or something. And she asked me to tell her a secret. She said, tell me a secret, something that you've never told anybody before. And that, really? I don't even know you. Why would I tell you something that I wouldn't tell somebody that I've been in a long-term relationship with? So the three different types of cheating: physical, emotional, and financial. Physical, that's pretty easy to understand. I think we all understand what physical cheating is having an intimate relationship with somebody outside of the relationship. But what is your definition? What do you tolerate? Do you tolerate masturbation? Do you tolerate kissing somebody else? Is it acceptable? I think Will and Jada might be onto something with what is perceived as an open relationship, but they're still happily married. What are you willing to tolerate? What is a deal breaker for you? I think most people, we all are human. We all have needs and desires. And if sometimes you're away from home, something happens, blah, blah, blah. But are you open and honest with your mate about it? That's the thing. The other thing is emotional cheating. So there's guys and women that I know that have been away from home and they're all bragging about them doing their thing. And they're like, yeah, I'm running through them. I'm doing this, I'm doing that. And then they find out their mate or their spouse is doing something or having in their mind an inappropriate emotional relationship with somebody. And then they get all broke down. They start crying. Ooh, I can't believe she cheated on me. Like, dude, you was just bragging about all the different chicks you banged while you was away from home. But now you found out that your spouse has a friend that she's not even sleeping with? What are you talking about? And then they were like, oh, I can't trust her. You can't trust yourself. What are you talking about? So that's the emotional part of emotional infidelity. People can have an intimate relationship with somebody that they're not having a physical relationship with, and it could be perceived as infidelity by the other person. But it all depends on what you're willing to tolerate. I think people get different things from different people. Some people you can tell about your addiction, and some people you can't. If you have an addiction to alcohol, you have one person that you rely on to help you with whatever you're dealing with that addiction. You have, let's say you have a gambling buddy. You go hang out with that gambling buddy. That gambling buddy accepts you for who you are, but your mate or your spouse does not accept what you do outside of the relationship. So everybody has an emotional, in my opinion, an emotional relationship with other people outside of the relationship that may be perceived as infidelity. The third type of infidelity is financial infidelity. And financial infidelity comes from people spending more than they should. Let's say you're in a relationship with somebody and you have two separate accounts. One account is used for the household bills and the other account used for whatever you want. Now, the expectation is you will give 75%, let's say 75%. 75% of your pay goes to the household, and the other 25% you just use for whatever you want. Well, maybe you get a raise and you don't tell the other person that you got a raise, and you start taking that money to use for other purposes. Is that cheating? I think it's cheating. But do you think it's cheating? Everybody don't think it's cheating. But that's the financial cheating, I think, is the aspect of relationships that a lot of people don't consider. What happens, and I've seen this before, that maybe one person is cheating physically and the other person is cheating financially, and the person that's cheating financially that's their way of paying the other person back, and they think that, okay, this is my revenge. I'm getting you back because I know what you're doing, so I'm paying you back by spending your money or wasting your money. But forgiveness, I think, is what is left out of a lot of relationships nowadays. Olivia Pope and the show Scandal probably set us back a long way, because now these side chicks think they got rights. You gotta earn me. That's what Olivia Pope said. Like, really? You the side chick? You ain't. What do I have to? I don't have to prove nothing to you. You the side chick. These side chicks got holidays and side chick Christmas. So the day after Christmas is side chick Christmas now. Really? You get the day after Valentine's, the day after the birthday, the day after all holidays, the side chick gets, and they want rice. They want to go somewhere. Really? You the side chick or the side dude, whatever kind of relationship you're in. These side people got rights. Are you kidding me? Y'all ain't got no rights. You the side person. You side piece. Please play your role and stay in your lane. But back to the main relationship. I think forgiveness is what is the problem. We lack the ability to forgive and forget. Of course, nobody wants to forget, because you're going to always remember. If somebody hurts you, you're always going to remember it. But staying together for the family, for the team, keep taking one for the team, or fighting for what's important. People act like you can't love more than one person at a time. That's a myth. Obviously, you can love more than one person. You love both your kids, or how many kids you got. You love both your parents. You love all your grandparents. So why can't you love more than one person intimately? Yes, you can love more than one person at a time intimately. I don't care what people keep trying to say. You can't love more than one person intimately. Yes, you can. It's a thing. Yes, you can love more than one person at a time. But should you? That's the thing. And that's something that you have to decide as a person. And I don't have all the answers. I'm just trying to generate discussion. Just tell me what you think. Please like, share, and subscribe. Chief Williams, I'm out.